can you mourn a person even though you haven't met them? And this person that we're talking about today, the poet that we're talking about today, wrote an entire poem for that person, but he didn't meet this person ever in his life. So we're talking about the poem When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed, which was written by Walt Whitman for Abraham Lincoln. And this was written as an elegy for him in 1865.
Walt Whitman was one of the most influential poets in the American literature. We all know of him, and we know one of his collection of poems called Song of Myself,
Which is very
where
famous. And Leaves of Grass, was it by him?
yes, yes, it was also by him. So, ideas and topics like transcendentalism and realism are what he usually expresses in his poem.
This poem is also free verse, by the way, and it has a lot of natural imagery. It again is very American in that way, where he is talking about hermit thrush, the prairies, which is very, very American. Then it is he has star as an imagery as well. He basically compares Lincoln as the star, as um okay. This poem was written for to mourn Abraham Lincoln, and it was written as if it shows all stages of grief. It shows agitation, as in he cannot accept that something, such a tragic thing happened. So this is basically referring to the assassination of um, Lincoln. And then he talks about, and then he goes into denial, and then goes into accepting it as well, where he accepts that death is a part of life. So you can, if you are mourning someone, if you were mourning at that time, you were mourning Lincoln, you can read this and you can actually go and mourn with him. It feels like that. It feels very intimate in that way.
Yeah. So even this flower, lilac, I think spring is the only time that it blooms. If I'm
Yeah,
not wrong. So he compares um, the death of Lincoln, the president, to he compares the feeling of loss after Lincoln's death to winter, the season of the winter season. Yeah.
yeah. Um, Talking about a bit of history where Lincoln is very well known for abolishing slavery. Walt Whitman was actually very in awe of Lincoln. He only saw him once publicly, and he then kind of he was also an abolitionist, so he really, really related to the policies or the kind of philosophy he had in life. So he has written many poems, and this being one of the elegies. I think he talks in a lot with American spirit, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
The poem that we did before this, Birches by Robert Frost, where he talks about how you can that American spirit was seen there as well as here also, which you mentioned.
So somewhere the writer, even though is mourning Lincoln and the loss, he's feeling that loss, but somewhere he is also hopeful. Uh,
Mm,
and that is somewhere his effort to describe the American spirit in general and how there is still something good that they can hope for, they can wait for. Like it's
after
just
the
one of the rough phases. Yeah.
hmm. There's something hopeful that can come out of this tragic event. There's something that is redeeming about it.
Now, he has also drawn a parallel to Lincoln's death with that of crucifixion of Christ. So, how the death succeeded by resurrection, that of
Hmm.
Christ, and maybe something similar can also happen here. That is the
Yeah.
kind of feeling he has expressed here. In the fourth stanza, if you notice, he draws this imagery of a bird, a tiny bird, and how it sings a song.
Oh, okay.
Is there something you would like to say about it? Because one of the lines says "Song of the Bleeding Throat."
Mm. So I think that he compares every bit of hardship or kind of the pain that the even this hermit thrush is going through to produce this beautiful song. Same way in Lincoln's life, it wasn't very easy for him to fight and do what he did, right? So he kind of compares that struggle of him reforming everything for Americans and the world with the pain that this bleeding throat gives to this small bird, kind of.
Yeah. Yes. He also treats death in an unusual way, like even though can we call it an elegy? Yes, I think it is an elegy.
Hmm. Hmm.
But the way he treats death as um, he personifies death. Obviously, there is an apostrophe where he says in one of the stanzas where he says, "O death, I cover you over with roses and early lilies." So
Mm.
that shows acceptance of death.
Yeah. It is not unusual for him, it feels like it is a part of life.
Yeah, it shows his experience and maturity and how he's at peace with this fact that one has to die
Yeah.
one day.
This is a lovely poem if you know the
Context.
to write about someone like
Yeah, it is a long poem, but yes.
very long. Yeah. So yeah, lilacs, hermit thrush, and star are some of the things that he draws parallel, and of course Jesus Christ, he draws parallel uh with Lincoln.
So that was it about this one. We'll see you in the next one.
If you liked it, please share and like it or comment your thoughts.
And don't forget to subscribe our channel.